game. And the Invoker Slaughter opening by Team Secret. Breaky, what do you make of that?
I mean, giving up Slaughter is always going to be risky, right?
Yep.
But, you know, they get Centaur themselves, like you said. It's definitely one of the stronger off lanes, so I think they're almost satisfied with that. But I find it also curious with the Coddle ban initially. You know, last game, actually, the Coddle made it to the second tier of bans, I noticed. But this time around, NiP just wants to make sure not to give it up to Secret. And they take care of that. But, yeah, for me personally, with the casting that I've done of Secret this event and what I just watched even in that first game there, I think Puppey, you could argue, has been the MVP for Team Secret. His roaming play has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I remember casting a game, I forget the matchup, but he was playing the Pudge in that one game, and he was just landing hook after hook after hook and setting up kills left and right. The Nyx assassin in that game one right there, as we saw. So I'm excited to see which Puppey hero we're going to see. I know Bounty Hunter, even another potential one, was banned last game, I believe, as well. So curious to see what they get. But yeah, NiP with a strong Centaur pick. This is going to be telling, though, with the second pick, what direction they may be going to be heading here.
Tinker!
Just go.
Revenge again.
Yeah. See, unfortunately, I think that's kind of what we all are against somewhat.
I'm not too much of a fan of sticking with the same.
Yeah.
See, I'm okay with it as long as they don't do the 4 Protect 1. I think that if they can 5-man and group up with Avenge, which is what she's very good at, you know, you start fighting 15 minutes in, you swap one of the heroes into the middle of your team, you kill them, then you can do exceptionally well just pushing into tier 1. And we've seen Trixie, I think, perform a lot better on his Centaur than the Darkseer. I think those are the two main heroes. He's been playing all qualifiers. I think he's had like one Batrider game, but it's been mainly Centaur and DS.
Okay.
I mean, do you think? I feel like as well, if you're picking Avenge again that early, do you think there is a chance that NiP may just have it as a support?
Yeah, it's a possibility. Sure.
That they may indeed just swap it around.
I think that's why it's good to be picked up early, right?
Yeah,
it is that option of a hero that it could be a support still. So, not giving away too many answers for Team Seeker right here, but you have the Wisp ban, so understandable from NiP. I like seeing that, but now which Puppey hero do they ban
5
here?
seconds remaining.
That fourth ban is going to be my guess, but
I think you maybe ban Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer is a worthwhile ban from NiP because Secret would have Slaughter Lifestealer potentially, and is very good against Centaur in lane.
Yeah.
Like it's unlaneable for Centaur against like a Nyx +1.
And Slaughter overall, again, the same thing as Avenge. It could still be a 4 position as well.
Yeah. I think Slaughter's mainly been played as 4, right?
It has been,
I've not seen any 3.
That probably is going to be the Puppey.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of dual lanes coming out as well, dual off lanes with Slaughter.
5 seconds remaining.
I'd like to see the Pi support Wind Ranger. You know, we've seen it a couple of times.
Oh, come on!
Not against Warrunner, not against Centaur, dude.
And,
We've all seen the video clips where she focus fires Centaur and kills herself to return.
I don't know, man. These shackles he lands, it's not really the damage he does.
Are you gonna pick up a hero purely for that one shackle? I guess if that one shackle's gonna win you the game, then sure. But
yeah, but it doesn't hit just the one shackle. It hits like the 100 shackles.
Which Doctor ban is kind of weird. I don't know if this is indicative of like a Chen or Enchantress pick or something. Because you very rarely see Witch Doctor banned in the second phase.
Dai does play a bit of Witch Doctor, I know, too, as one of his stronger supports. Again, it kind of fits that theme, right, of just the aggression that they clearly had in that game 1. But as you're saying, yeah, no, it's not the most typical banning person.
That
is Rubik open, so. And Rubik's great this game, I feel like. You know, it's great steals with the Centaur, with the Stampede, obviously.
We haven't seen a Cinder and Chen in years.
He's not going to play Chen.
I would love to see that.
Show me the Cinder.
You're going to play Chen against
the
Chen player?
Yeah.
Puppey shared that a little bit with Ake, but still, you're gonna do that. Someone who knows exactly what is the weakest point of that hero. That's a tricky one though.
If you have like Venjora and stuff, just running at people.
Turn to pick.
Clockwork here, okay. So Trixie Clockwork. It's not gonna be the case.
And that would be it could be a support Clockwork because where is Centaur going to go otherwise?
What's happening?
What's
That's
happening?
True.
I think it is
Wait a second.
Which is interesting because Ninjas in Pajamas or what were they called before Ninjas in Pajamas?
Escape Gaming.
Escape Gaming, that was it. Well, obviously when they had Yapzor, that's when they did play support Clock quite a few times.
Yep.
But obviously now they're they're minus Yap.
Yapzor can play anything as support
in any role
and make it look amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I imagine who will they get playing it? Will it? I mean,
there's also still the small chance that they run the Centaur safe lane. It is a Swedish thing to do, I want to say, or Nordic thing to do. Maybe more Danish, but it's a Cinderin thing to do.
I think it is most likely to be the support club because I think you know, as a team, they just feel that there's a strength in it.
So why then? Like, let's assume for a moment that it is a support. Rubik is fairly strong against that. You can just lift the clockwork out of the cogs and make sure that whoever is locked in that is going to get saved.
It's still going to be very disruptive against any sort of Slardar.
They're still locked in. Yeah.
Yes.
It makes it, you can easily shove them away. The cogs are very, very disruptive in those sort of situations.
I'm with you, honestly, Shiver, that the one-position Centaur is not out of the question here. One-position Centaur, you got the support Vengeful, you got the offlane Clockwork as a result. Again, it's going to be more telling with this 4th pick, but I definitely don't think you can count that out by any means. Something that they're going to do, and that would still stick to the idea that they're going to run that 4-1, protect strategy, of course. You look at the bans too, though. Tinker ban, Naga ban, another hero that Qualifier has been playing a bit too, and then they pick Invoker for themselves. So who's he going to go? Alchemist again, and clearly that didn't work the first game. So and the Khezu Enigma
against Venge, Clock, and Centaur as well.
That's true. That might be an issue.
Shadow Fiend.
I like this a lot more.
Team secrets turn to ban.
It's not the super greedy 4 Protect 1. Shadow Fiend can actually, after the laning stage, group up with his team with a minus armor from Presence of the Dark Lord. You've got so much physical damage between himself and Venge. And you've got Venge if she's in a support role to actually swap him back and save him. And you've got Cogs to get souls. So he's going to have a great early laning stage.
Okay.
He's got the potential to transition mid-game depending on what item build he goes for.
Have they just picked the Clockwork? Because I feel like they're just like, let's just pick it so SF gets to start. Sure, one of the supports.
Fountain.
I'm sure you can play Clock support. It's really easy. Just walk around and Cogs. But we're going to pick it just so SF gets those souls at the beginning.
I mean, is that worth it? No.
Well, if they don't know, I'm sure they do know what they're doing with the clock roaming around.
That makes it guaranteed win in the lane, you figure. I mean, so it
gives you a very nice edge.
And Qualifier is their star player, right? So you could argue that's worth it.
Like sacrifice everything so Qualifier has a good game.
Yeah, this final pick is obviously again going to be telling of what ultimate direction they may be going right here. But yeah, I want to go back to the Enigma real quick because you brought up the point of the Clockwork, the Vengeful. But I feel like we haven't seen the picks we haven't seen Enigma, including with Secret a couple times before. They haven't necessarily been as concerned about getting off that big black hole. It's more about the lane control with the Eidolons.
Yeah, and the push potential.
The push potential that he brings. The Midnight Pulse is a solid ability in its own right. So
the big items he gets from the jungle as well. All of a sudden he's out of the jungle with a Midas. Then 5 minutes later he's got the mech, and you're pushing
that brings me to: is Poppy playing his signature Enigma?
No,
it will be Khezu.
He's played it twice, I think, already. Yeah, so
Slardar Rubik is a very strong support.
That's true.
I think every game we've seen offlane Enigma.
Yeah, we have seen only Khezu so far.
Yeah.
I'm still holding that hope.
Yeah, I've only seen one jungle Enigma in this tournament, like true jungle, and that was, I think, Z-Freak, actually, for complexity.
All right.
I noticed there with the great NA region. But
Midnight Pulse is actually really good against Centaur.
Yeah, that's true.
So a lot of people have been wondering, like, what do you do against Centaur? He gets picked up very early on, always, because he is such a great hero. But the percentage damage from Midnight Pulse is really strong.
Going back to on the Enigma then, if that's what they're picking it up, he's not bringing the black hole, and then now a Silencer on top of that. Black holes are not going to be existent this game. That's for sure.
I mean, but as you said, I think that's not too much of a worry for Secret because, as you said, Enigma has so many strengths outside of the black hole.
Yeah. But Silencer, we're still not certain who's going to play what. And
I think it's most likely to be the Arrow Venge again, and the Silencer Clock is your support duo. I mean,
what do you think about a Silencer Clock as a support duo? Because it's not particularly
very roam heavy early on.
I guess so.
That's the thing. Against the Slardar, we usually see Earth Spirit or Ogre to kind of move around and mirror what he's doing and do a bit of damage and stop him from harassing so heavily. Clock can potentially do that and just push him away from a lane with Cogs.
Yeah.
But I still don't know what these lanes are from NiP.
I mean, I don't. Would they do a safe lane Silencer? I don't think. I think they'll just.
I think safe lane Centaur is the best option, like Shiva said.
You think you'll do
earlier.
safe lane Centaur?
And then offlane Clockwork.
Nah, it's going to be a support Clock.
Before you have your answers, because we're going to go into the game very soon, I want to know your prediction, even without knowing the lanes of NiP.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Team Secret.
I really feel you got it. The Terrorblade final pick is pretty terrifying in my opinion. They get the Enigma, but then they know what they're doing with it. They're not bothered about the fact that Black Hole is going to be hard to get off this game. It's going to be hard for ninjas in pajamas. Maybe
5 seconds remaining.
I think it was Gareth or Breaker was saying. I do like the fact that they've got the Shadow Fiend for Qualifier instead of something like the Alchemist. He is going to be able to offer a little bit more. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, it's Quake for Venge. Error SF.
And it's all wrong.
So it is support clock and support silencer.
No,
they're swapping. Okay, they're swapping.
Okay.
Qualifier silencer.
Qualifier silencer and error SF. Okay.
Cinder and clock.
So so we have got the support clock and support.
Does that change your prediction?
The core silencer.
You gotta say it.
A short lane.
Come on, guys. We gotta go to the game.
No,
you go NiP.
NiP are gonna win.
No, I'm still
NiP are gonna win. This is Garrett.
Just because of the mind games at the start and swapping heroes.
The swapping heroes.
NiP has to win by 25 minutes, or else this is going to get out of control in favor of Team Secret.
But you're gonna have to only mention one, Breaky. You cannot mention both.
You can't fence.
NiP. Let's go NiP. We're going game 3.
Okay.
So is it they could
just choose a bloody team, Owen.
Don't worry about who's playing what.
Owen.
NiP or
okay, now Era's picking up. I was going to say, why is he not spending his time?
He's taking so much time.
Who is gonna win this game?
No, it's just a secret.
All right.
I don't think.
I'm going for Team Secret as well. You chose the Secret. Are you happy with that?
Well, actually, no. I did say, didn't I? I said that I wanted NiP to do some weird shit, and they're certainly doing that. So.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll go with NiP.
All right.
All
NiP,
three of us are going NiP.
They've done what I said they should. They're messing with people's minds. Let's see if they can do it.
Sick.
Well, can they do it or can they not? This is game 2 of the first series of the European qualifier from Kiev. Major Obi over to Tokyo.
Soldier's fortune.
A little bit of chip damage is all they need to do. Burn through the consumables. Another crush. Pilot I just have another lift, but quite far. The Sunstrike. He runs down. He'll dodge the Sunstrike, but it's still first blood going to Puppey.
Why did he run right?
He ran right to dodge the Sunstrike.
Yeah, but then he's just dead.
Yep.
That's like 100% guaranteed death in case, like, you can run like down left and then cut back up to the tower or something like that. But that is not a good start for Qualifier. And NiP might have a second.
Oh, he's throwing him away.
Get the range creep tonight. Oh. That is one of the most upsetting things as a mid player, is when your range creep gets denied. Even with 10 souls.
Something tells me that's going to happen more and more. Like, Synderen's looking to rotate over. What can he do? He can burn the mana of Pilot Eye. And the only vision which is up. Okay, well, Synderen's just going to... Okay, Pilot Eye has now worked out what's going on and throws Synderen into the Ancients.
This is really nice, though, the dual offlane from the Enigma and the Slardar. So you deny from the lane, and then you jungle with the Enigma, and then you have Slardar soak up the lane experience. Hani is going to try to start interrupting him, but because he's at full mana, full HP, there's not really much that he can do right there.
Yep. Okay, Synderen, that may have been a little obvious. I don't know if Pilot... Yeah, Pilot Eye most definitely saw it. There's an Observer Ward for mid 1 to take. And he does it with a Tango as well.
Juicy Tango.
Era's life became even harder in the mid. Even though the CS is pretty equal, like Era's got a lot of denies in this mid lane, already up to 14 souls now. The bottom lane might be where we turn our next attention. Trixie has been pretty aggressive against MP. And with the rotation of Synderen down, there's a little bit more pressure to add, but Synderen doesn't have battery assault yet. So there's not any real kill potential against the Terrorblade. And Synderen just missed him.
Yeah, you got to get 2. Clockwork with level 1 cog is so useless as a support.
It's probably the reason why he's sitting down here to leech. Try and become a physical zoner.
Denied.
If only he could burn a little bit more mana off MP. He could potentially mess around with the next Metamorphosis, but now, okay, you got that Reflect. Synderen takes so much damage. One more attack from Pilot Eye will do it. Synderen will fall on the bottom lane, and Trixie, with no friends really around him anymore, has to back up to the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, no Stout on Clockwork. He got destroyed by the creeps. That was a great telekinesis by Pilot Eye there.
His control just seems so good. And Ninjas in Pajamas, they're practically losing every lane. They're 1,000 golden experience behind 3 minutes in. And mid one's going for a solo kill on Era. And I think he's got it. With the Alacrity damage, a simple cold snap maneuver, and he finds the kill. Cinder will burn the mana of mid one, try to slow him down too, but Hani can't reach him in time. In fact, it's Puppey who turns around, goes for his stun. Now there's no mana on mid one, but he's still got the Alacrity damage. So Synderen, one more attack from Puppey. No, the stun from Hani. He'll keep him away. A secondary crush, however. Now it's Hani who takes the bonus damage. Mid one didn't go for the extra hit.
He missed on the Clockwork uphill, I believe. A little bit of things going in the way. Trixie, is he going to die? Ooh, man, he's really good at neutrals. Double edge? Is he going to get in there and double edge? Oh, Trixie.
Danger zone. 34, he's fine.
He's fine.
PMS will keep him alive. He needs the farm as well. Finish up his wonderful tranquils. Still have money for a TP. So he's looking for a quelling blade.
I'm surprised he didn't just double edge it. Centaur cannot die from double edge, as stated in the tooltip. That is a nice tooltip.
And then Puppey disappears like, oh crap. Synderen found the bounty rune, leaves an observer ward behind, at least can Cog burn out Puppey. But Puppey has an observer ward too. You'll see Synderen moving down, even the courier, lending a bit of a hand, clap into the Sunstrike, and Synderen has one last attack, and Puppey now has 2 kills out of the 4 the Team Secret have claimed. Just like the Nyx Assassin, Puppey is just all over this map and causing headaches for Ninjas in Pajamas.
This early game is looking really ugly.
Could be a quick game. You still have Koi for farming up the top lane.
He has a lot of denies. My goodness. It's 15 denies. It's crazy. 16.
Hold the lane back, keep it away from Keizu. But Keizu's already got 20 CS, he's up to level 5, and Puppey and Paladai are now coming to the top lane. So they're both walking around with boots, Puppey with the upgrade into the Tranquils, smoke movement speed, and they'll walk underneath the fresh Dire Observer Ward. So NiP will probably feel pretty safe. Hani gets scattered by the conversions, and in comes Puppey. Sprinted forward. Hani knows he has to sacrifice himself here. Go for the sub, move to the left. Koi can go for a quick curse, but no, he's stuck around. Synderen's coming in. Maybe this is the reason why he's doing it. If the Cog burn up, Paladai and Puppey are really, really low. They need this kill. Puppey is not going to die on 11 HP. He's worth a lot, but he'll TP out. Qualifier, one last attack. He's got the Arcane Curse to go. And Synderen, one attack. It should be enough to drop down Keizu. And Keizu in the trees will die. Qualifier gets the double. And they turn the gank around.
He was so slow at eating that tree. If he ate the tree as soon as he entered it for us, instead of like when he was already in there, he would have survived from that. He died from the last tick of Arcane Curse, and he had 15 HP left. But that will be some nice gold and some int for Qualifier, for intel for him.
Yeah, +4.
Nice positioning from Synderen. He had it was kind of a tough route to salvage his early game after dying a few times, but just being there at the right place at the right time to cog in Enigma really helped him out here. Enigma actually no points in Midnight Pulse. 1 point in Midnight Pulse is really good. Breaking down trees, helps you take out the large camp a lot easier. It's pure damage. Era in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, the Stampede's going to give him the movement speed. Just get back to the tier 1 tower, and Synderen will cut off the top river with his cogs.
Those are 2 big ultis, though. 90-second cooldown on Stampede, 130 on Global. At least they're both watching out for that mid laner.
Protect Era.
Protect Era.
This
is a different strategy.
It's a different strategy. See, they had to mix it up. Obviously, just switch one player for another player, but that's not the point. Paladai. With so few trees there, I think Qualifier also understands he is very much in trouble, and he doesn't have himself a TP scroll. So either he walks away from this, Paladai's actually TPing down to bottom lane, because there's Puppey who's getting stunned up. Synderen can come in, just going to Cogs burn out. And NiP really showing they're unwilling to fight.
They just have to be really careful with the Sunstrike. Invoker is over leveled in the mid lane. Level 4 Exort. So that's like 200 something ish. 280 maybe damage with the Sunstrike.
Hani.
Puppey.
Again being very visible by the Observer Ward.
Puppey is deep in between the T1 and the T2.
What is he doing up here?
He tried to go on Era and harass him out a little bit, but Synderen was there yet again.
That's a big killing spree to end. Synderen will actually take the killing spree. So it gives a little bit of extra money in towards that clockwork, but more importantly, it's that comfort zone for Era now. He can continue his farm, he can keep working his way up, so he's finished up trades, he's got his bottle as well. And gotta stay on top of the rune control.
Coin for me.
MP's been pretty quiet in the bottom lane, but he has currently the highest CS in the game, and has switched over to the jungle to allow Paladai to get level 6. One of the benefits of having Terrorblade.
But that's as long as Pilot can stay alive down here. Trixie may just feel inclined to stampede forward. If he's got one person to help him out, it should be enough. Top lane, Puppey, quick stun, Qualifier. Doesn't have his Arcane Curse up at the moment. But he's okay.
Like, how are these supports always where I am?
This is just Ninjas in Pajamas having a better rotation timing. Understanding where support needs to be. And Koifa's got himself some decent amount of farm too. I'm assuming he's going to go directly into like Rod of Atos. He's making life difficult for MP, dropping him down to almost half of his life.
Rod of Atos makes Slardar's life hell. Especially if he doesn't have a Blink Dagger.
This is turning into a kind of a weird level of trade. So Trixie is creep skipping out the wave. This allows now Era, who's moved down to bottom lane, to attack into the tier 1 tower. But does Koifa as well as Honey want to commit to this? Like, you're pressuring the bottom tower. You've just burned your fortification to try and save your mid.
Not when they commit this many spells.
It just seems like Ninjas in Pajamas are trying to hold on to all their tier 1 towers, but they're spreading themselves very thin for the fights. And now Metamorphosis plus Conversion push on top, just too strong. So MP takes the tower quite comfortably.
They might go for 2. Hani and Koifa smoked around mid. Are they going to be able to catch mid 1? There is no level 6 on Vengeful Spirit. This is not going to be an easy gank for them.
With the global silence, they can keep him controlled. They need that damage. Synderen to move in. Oh, it's Puppey. Puppey came in through the rear, breaks the smoke, reveals the trap. And everyone must retreat.
They did not even have reveal, so he could have just ghost walked. If I don't think they could have caught him. Even with global, that's a very difficult kill if everyone is careful.
They could have had the movement speed from Trixie. That would have got them close range.
Yep.
That's what they needed. No gank, so holds at 5-3. Overall, the advantage is still going the way of Team Secret, but it's not as comfortable as it was in the last game.
Nah, they're putting up a really good fight because they've concentrated on all their lanes instead of just the mid lane this time, I think. The supports have been doing a very good job of mimicking Secret's maneuvers and meeting the Slardar whenever he tries to gank. He got a couple of early kills, but after that, Synderen has just been there to trap him every time.
And they reward Synderen. Give him the farm in the middle lane, help him get up to level 6, and that will allow him to be there a lot quicker.
He has the tome, so once he pops that, boom, level 6 right now.
Yeah. So that's when Secret have to be a lot more cautious. Synderen actually having the ability to initiate. Sure, he's a 1-1-3-1 on the build for Clock, so there's not as much bite coming in from his battery assault or cogs.
Still good enough. Just need to create space, create distance in the fight so that Silencer and Shadowping can just wail on whoever is trapped.
Even Hani's getting good farm on bottom lane. Like he's taking a double creep wave down here. So they're getting a lot more into their supports. Another big problem which we were flagging before with Ninjas in Pajamas Game 1. They just didn't have any kind of work going for their supports. The battle of the centuries. Paladai doesn't want to commit to this. He knows that Synderen's level 6. So just let MP come in instead. But a quick and easy tier 1 tower. Midnight Pulse is not Trixie's friend.
Quick by one for 4 step first, actually, not the Atos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's actually a little bit curious.
I'm wondering why.
Yeah, 4 step is usually a support first item. For the core, you usually see Atos, Midas, any of these items. But
maybe he felt like he needed, still needed to have more positioning himself, and he can push it into a Hurricane Pike later on too.
Yeah, the Hurricane Pike is really nice, especially with his level 25 talent, but that is a long
Synderen,
away.
Look for the hookshot timing. They want to go. The Radiant is scanning because they're expecting some kind of gank, so Synderen puts down the Observer Ward, but it's already too late. Centaur is down, they didn't get the initiation off, and with 1 level of Midnight Pulse and 4 points up at the Malphus, there was no way for the Centaur to escape.
Puppey is just everywhere though. Like, yeah, he has not hit a creep in a very long time.
He's all about heroes, man.
Yep.
The more expensive creeps.
It's tough to get your Blink Dagger though when you don't go Iron Talon. You always have to find these kills. And if you miss one and you die once, boom, your Blink Dagger is delayed to like 18, 19 minutes. So doing it the no Iron Talon way is quite the difficult task.
So Era's going to go directly into a BKB after having his Dragon Lance completed. He is top of the net worth at the moment.
Does he need BKB? I don't think he needs BKB right now. They have global silence if a team fight comes in. So, I don't know.
Honey. Oh, there's a swap on Puppey. Qualifier, the damage output, it should be enough. Oh, he forced himself in. There's still enough damage. Get the silence on by Pilot Eye. Mid one going to drop that down. Silence of the movement speed with the Stampede is not enough to get away. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off. Puppey for Qualifier. Hilariously enough, they're almost worth the same amount of gold. One's just worth a lot more experience.
That was an odd force step.
It's like you just want to ensure the kill before a crush could go.
I suppose. They could have just used Stampede to get in there. So.
They could.
Right. So, yeah, that was it's not a good place to be. He doesn't have any farming tools, too. Like, Tread's force step is great for fighting, but you don't really want to fight that often to Enigma. Fighting without global, he's just going to black hole you. You don't have that great of a response to it.
This is a nice one for Cinder. I don't know if mid one realized that his coattails just got caught. Hook shot forward, they trigger off the dust. There's nowhere to hide, but a quick force start from mid one. Now that's a nice item for him to have to get outside the clockwork cogs, but the rocket will give him the vision again. So you can go invis, but the dust will last long enough for Era just to raise him down doubly. So 43 seconds on the sideline for the Invoker. And a good kill coming the way of the SF. So he'll have his BKB in a very short span of time. Not to mention increasing that gap in net worth between himself and the Invoker. That's not real. Waiting for one person to attack it. That, however, is most definitely real. And the Vengeful Spirit, they swap him back in again. They trigger the Shrine. Yep, MP's going to try and survive this, but Stampede also going off. Moving to another target, Pylai Dai, who then ends up stealing Stampede.
He did reveal that they have a ward right there, though, with that steal. Is that worth it? I don't know. That's a fresh Observer ward.
Yeah, all 10 Sentry.
Now NiP's 5-man, back in full force. They are playing very, very well this game, because they're fighting a lot without the global silence, too. They're not taking it slow. The Era is very, very farmed, and
all these items are arriving quickly, but Puppey has his Blink Dagger as well. Talk about 9 of them. They use the Stampede of Team Secret and just accept the fact that Era is dead. He managed to pick up his Mithril Hammer for death, but now this ends up being a tier 1 trade-off where NiP lose their mid.
Where was Silencer with his force staff?
That's a very good question. He was back up picking up a bounty rune like an alchemist.
If he had picked it up, if he had saved him right there, I would be like, okay, yes, completely worth it. But that's a very big kill to give up on the Shadow Fiend.
Can they hold this? Like, you don't want to give it up. Like, Trixie's got himself a Blink Dagger, so potentially he can, like, hoof stomp and double edge that. But if he does, then Puppey's going to go on him. And Puppey, I think, is already looking towards the tree lines. Yep, hook shot in, global silence. They're going to fight this out the SF. Invoker almost down. The Meg charge will give him just enough life from the Enigma into a quick black hole. Instantly cancelled off by the battery assault. But maybe now there's enough damage from Magic Missile. Stolen from Pylai Dai, turning his attention up towards Qualifier. He won't need any kind of help. MP triggered up the Metamorphosis. There was so much damage from Team Secret. And no answer. And again, another one with the Amplification VS. Honey is sniped. Puppey is a god.
That was... I agree with you. Yeah, you don't want to lose that tower, but there was no SF. Like, SF, you channel Requiem during Global Silence. Nobody can stop you, barring a bash, I suppose, from Slardar, which is not really possible in that sort of a big fight. And then, yeah, they can take a fight. That was a great hook shot coming out from Cinderin. They comboed with the Global immediately afterwards. They immediately canceled the Black Hole coming out from Enigma because he was trapped in with Battery Assault. But they just did not have enough damage to dump in during Global Silence. The 4-staff Silencer doesn't do enough damage. And
you needed SF.
You needed SF, yeah.
Quite simply, you needed SF. Even having his negative armor, having anything from Era.
Yeah.
You lost the Centaur to start that off, and then you lose the team fight directly.
They just got desperate, though. I can understand that. You really don't want to lose that tower. You're like, oh yeah, we can probably take this fight, right?
And it almost worked. Like, if they kept the Enigma disabled, if that Meg didn't get off, the Invoker wouldn't have survived. And now they're going again. Double edging the Meg again from Keizu, and then even MP sundering Pylai back to full life. Trixie and Cinderin, regret decision.
So much regret. Nice under. Team player MP right there.
God. Is desperation really what we're going to call this game? Like, it seems like MP and NiP are just forcing the issue too heavily.
Well, their lineup is built to fight. You have a core Silencer, and you have a mid Shadow Fiend. It's not the 4 protect one that they usually do, but this...
But fighting underneath tier 2 towers...
Well, that one they thought was going to be quick and easy. They didn't expect Secret to be there. That one I can understand a lot more. The mid one, too, like, they really wanted to pin that tower. I can understand that, too, but it's just so tough on the Shadow King. Oh, my goodness, MP...
the root!
Wow.
And the rocket timing.
That was close.
He's probably thinking they've got an observer board watching this now, and they actually don't. The dire observer board's a little bit further to the left. Sin's pinging again. Whenever hookshot's off cooldown, they're looking for a kill, and maybe not even just killing off a hero. NiP, under the cover of smoke, are going to slip into Roshan. There's no Radiant Ward to scatter that wave of terror going out of the pit. So it looks like they might be able to get away with this. Decent amount of negative armor, so Roshan doesn't survive that long. And an Aegis Immortal is going to help Ninjas in Pajamas tremendously in the next fight.
Who do they give it to?
Era. Protect Era. Qualifier now got his Hurricane Pike, so he's got a little bit more maneuverability than you have from just the straight up BKB Dragonlance SF. But Era's building the same kind of thing with the Hurricane Pike.
I think the Aegis would be more preferable on Silencer, actually. Just because Silencer's hurting more on net worth, and I think that he's a target that are more likely to jump. Like, are you more likely to jump an SF with BKB who has swap, or a Silencer who has global silence? I think Silencer. And if he gets swapped, he's likely going to global immediately afterwards, and you bait out a lot of cooldowns. But I think if you jump the Shadow Fiend, you can just BKB ulti with under the cover of a global, and your fight's going to go pretty poorly. But
if you put Era at the front line and he becomes that target, so if you want to fight Ninjas in Pajamas, they'll give you Era and they'll give you Era as an option.
That's true. Era is going to be the tower hitter too. He hits a lot harder on towers than Silencer. One of the reasons I'm not the biggest fan of core Silencer is just because he's terrible at hitting buildings. You do a lot of damage to heroes with Glaze of Wisdom, and you might have a lot of intel, but that Glaze of Wisdom does not help you in the aid to right-click towers.
So in order for NiP to take any objectives after the fight, they need to keep both Qualifier as well as Era alive. It's the only way this works.
Ideally.
Well, Team Secret are grouping up on top. You know what's coming. Metamorphosis is off cooldown. MP's almost got enough money for his full Manta as well.
I don't think they want to push into the Aegis. That's asking for a disaster. And it's up. Maybe when you get... they have the Greaves on Enigma, so he can Greaves up the global. But still probably needs like Blink BKB. I don't know. There's no way that he's ever going to be completely safe during a black hole. Even BKB Lincoln won't save him because Clockwork Hookshot can still potentially stop him.
And you just wait for VS to swap.
Yeah.
As long as VS, like maybe that's the other thing where Enigma's like, hey, as long as VS swaps me, he can't defensively swap somebody out.
That's not how they're going to be leading the fight, so it's always, almost always going to be like Slaughter or Blink Crush into like a Sunstrike or Meteor Blast.
I was actually waiting for like Enigma to have all of these different like have Lincoln Sphere, have the Greaves, have the BKB, because if you get the 120 gold per minute plus running the Hand of Midas too.
I really like Refresher actually.
Yep.
Like
because it's a lot of money though we're talking about.
I think Kuro's still might have been better too with the Soul Ring Midas into Octarine, so he can get. I don't know. It's a tough call. The Greaves is very nice for fighting, but they're not actually fighting as much as they expect them to. And NiP is just kind of trading towers at the moment.
Yeah, which is exactly what's happening now. Yep. Tier 2 for Tier 2 tower. The question is, like, how far do you want to go if you're NiP? Do you even want to force the 5-man? You have the Aegis, the Immortal. You have a little bit of problems with mid pushing in, and judging by the TP of Qualifier already back, they ain't forcing Jack. It's a Tier 2 tower for a Tier 2 tower defense. Era TPs to the front lines. You've still got the Silencer in the mid, so the tower is to 9 up by Era.
Syndra TP'd into the shrine though.
Oh boy.
Isolated.
He's running. And Puppy's looking for him with the amplification. They can see him. A quick 4-star from Quote for the Saturn's actually turning on Syndra in 2. And they found another one. They got Trixie. Hani, he knows it's not worth the swap. So he lets it go, but Puppy, blink forward underneath the Tier 3 tower. You've got the damage there from MP, and you'll lose Hani as well. They came out to try and help the TP and defend a tower which they already denied. Now the buyback has to come out from the Centaur.
That was not the teleport from Syndra. Syndra TP'd onto a shrine blind.
Off stomp, the Razors, they need damage into the Terror Blade with the Global Silence. Maybe they got it, but no, the Mana Style. MP breaks free, not to mention the Sunder. Gets life back very, very quickly. The defense is there. And it's time for Secret to back out. They got the buybacks, they got what they wanted.
That was just a very discombobulated fight from NiP. Qualifier had TP to the mid tower. You mentioned he TP'd off first.
Yep.
And then Era TP'd onto the T2, which I think is completely okay. He has BKB, he has Aegis, that's fine. If they go on him, they can just swoop in and destroy Team Secret afterwards. But Synderen TP'd onto the Shrine. He got just destroyed by the Slardar and almost immediately died right off the bat. Even with 2 4-stab saves, he still died.
I'm wondering if it was a misclick. Like, if he meant to TP like into this position in front of the tower,
I don't
and then just
think
hog
so.
Space create.
I don't think so.
You think it was a hook shot from behind to try and trap them into the fight?
No. I think he wanted to hook. Well, he wanted to trap them into the fight, but he thought that they were going to TP out earlier. But Secret is more disciplined than that. They just backed off together just in case something funny was going to happen. If they wanted to chase the Stampede, if someone was going to get swapped in, if hookshot came in, they'd be ready to turn around and fight immediately. But yeah, they were all 5 there when Synderen decided to go in there, and their vision game is lacking in that area. They were very well covered to the left side, but Secret's threat of pushing is much stronger because of the Terror Blade. Even with Venge Shadow Fiend. This is a pretty potent right-click combo, but sieging prowess of Terror Blade is too strong.
Trixie's moving up to top lane for a bit of a hunt. Qualifiers here as well. With a blink to potentially hoof stomp, that is the real MP. Pilot Eye might be the easier kill. The Shadow Blade from Qualifier. A quick, simple, and effective gank. That's another +2 coming in for the Silencer. They may have been happier killing, well, they would have been happier killing off MP, but they'll take what they can get.
It's great for pickoffs.
Yep.
They might have to go for a more pickoff-oriented game now anyways, that's, rather than the team fighting game.
But that's what you're looking for, right? From NiP to start with? Because I remember you saying in the draft, like, Terror Blade's in there, how do you stop the 5-man push from Team Secret? The best way is keeping him as 4.
Fight it with stronger team fight. Like with Pressure Silencer also would destroy them. I mean, they built team fight items, right? Like Shadowfiend, he went like Blink, BKB. He could have easily gone for Shadow Blade himself too, if they wanted to go for pickoffs. But it is really nice for the Silencer. He desperately does need the attack speed. Silencer's actually sitting in Agi treads for even more attack speed.
I kind of like the Shadow Blade pickup.
Oh yeah,
ability to get these solo kills. Is that when you actually look towards to other like more controlling and damage dealing items as well? Does Qualifier become the hunter, the skirmisher?
Looks like he's going to go for BKB.
All right.
I personally really like the Shadow Blade Scythe combo.
The ultimate control and just continuous damage.
Yeah, but Scythe is not so great anymore because of Lotus, and they're already likely to get dispels on Dire because of the global silence. So yeah. Invoker going for a BKB himself to deal with the global silence and the Requiem. Once they get mass BKBs, they are going to be hard pressed to fight in the team fight. Global Requiem, which has been a main team fight before, is going to do nothing.
Pilot Eye is so defensive, and rightly so. He's only a little bit of gold away from completing up his own 4-star, so you have Blink and Force over on a Rubik. Maneuverability central. Hani at least has his own 4-star, Synderen's got his, so everyone's going to be pushing around during the team fights.
There are so many 4-stars in this game.
Because you're running 2 Force and 2 Hurricane Pikes over on NiP.
And 3, almost 4 Force on Radiant side.
Yep. There you get the Terror Blade who's going to have his own Hurricane Pike, and then the 4-stars on both Puppey as well as mid 1. Smoke maneuver from NiP. This is well out of range of any kind of vision of anything. Pilot Eye is the one, the smoke breaks on Trixie, they're so close. The blink up, so Synderen is the only one revealed at the moment. And he's right underneath an Observer and Sentry Ward. Trixie is a little bit away from the rest of the pack. Surprisingly, like, where's he going? Like, okay, so he blinks and goes for Puppey. Tomato will end up catching him up. He's got Stampede with the Ags upgrade, so maybe he just tries to get out this one with the Ags upgrade. The swap out. Hani actually put himself into harm's way. The hookshot from Synderen flies very much astray. That's because Keizu decided to backpedal slightly, keeping himself alive, but it won't help Synderen now. Revealed his position with a hook shot, pushes himself up into the hillside, but thanks to the Observer Board, they're still on the hill. They find that kill, and Team Secret will now do Roshan.
What a player Pilot A is. Breaking that smoke and Secret immediately went into a well-fortified position. And if you want to fight into them, you have to use Global preemptively, which means they would just BKB and turn around. So Secret were super ready for that fight. It was a great jump by Puppey too onto the Centaur. And they have the gem on Slaughter too, so goodbye map control. Or map vision rather. They did not have map control.
It just seemed a little odd though, like why would you be so far away? Qualifier is now invis. The amplification didn't get off in time. But they had that gem you're talking about, so Puppey, oh the 4-star. It wasn't Qualifiers though, it was Puppey trying to slide up. You have the Hurricane flanks along Qualifiers. He's going to commit Global Silence, try and escape from this one because friends are coming in. Trixie with the Hoof Stomp. They'll find Pylite Eye, looking to turn this around. The Black Hole from Keizu, catching out 3. Mid one will have the time to drop the Meteorite down. Maybe MP can do the damage. Yep, he'll mop up the Centaur. Cinderin's low on line. Puppey has himself a double kill. Era's push doesn't get him up the cliffside either. They don't have the shrine to fall back to. And Hani on the run, but mid one runs faster. The presence of the friendliest ghost around. But only if you belong to Team Secret. Hani is gone, and that's a full team wipe after it looked like NiP might have been able to turn that around.
One of the big problems with Silencers when you have to use global defensively. And he wasn't stopping anything. There was no black hole, no anything really. And then Kezu just lined him up with a great 3-man black hole, which sealed the team fight. And that is going to be the death of multiple ranks and likely the series for NiP. I do like how they try something different here with Qualifier on a different hero, but the team play, like Qualifier wasn't there to help his team out. Like he wasn't there for the 4-staff in the mid, which I thought was really important. Like Secret back off together as a team, they fight as a team. NiP, they're still not as well trained in that straight 5-man early on like a lot of the other teams in this patch.
Yeah, it feels very disjointed when they fight.
Yep. A lot of the swaps had to be defensive. They couldn't really.
Oh, MP was bait. The Stampede will have to be used once again. Hook shot for the Cog's going to push MP down. Shrine giving a lot more life back to NiP, but MP just jumps forward, switches life with Era. But Tornado won't find him, but Trixie, he's stranded on the front lines. Hani again with a defensive swap, and Centaur just cold snapped and murdered. So even with the swap, they don't find the kills. NiP, I would say it's safe inside their fountain, but that would be lying. NiP, nowhere is safe. Team Secret own their home, and this game is really over. Hani's on the run, but you can be prepared to tap out.
That was a really nice Hurricane Pike dodge. He dodged the Hoof Stomp. I don't know, Terrorblade was just amazingly good here too. There's a lot of other benefits that he has, like the Reflection, you get the presence of the Dark Lord, you get the Venjara too, so he is doing a lot of damage. Way more so than in the normal Terrorblade game. Black Hole to round him out. Final score 28-9. Secret made quick work of Ninjas in pajamas.
Yeah. Game time not stretching over an hour for both of the in-game time for the series. So congratulations to Team Secret. They're the first team going through to the winners bracket final. That'll be the 3rd game of the European series today. Of course, there's still more games coming up. There's the 2nd semi-final for the European region coming up in just a bit. I believe we have OD and Draskell to cast that right here on the stream. So you can either watch that on the main stream or you can tab yourself into BTS 2, which is what we're on right now as well. And we have the CIS games going on. We've got El Deep. He's in the studio today casting up. So a lot of action, a lot of coverage, a lot from Beyond the Summit, and we'll see you guys back here in just a bit for the next semi-final.